Good morning, everybody. It's Javier, and I'm super excited to be with you this Saturday morning on this webinar to be able to share two pieces of information today as it relates to presentations and some of the updates on what's going on. And so it's important for you to be aware of all that's going on, not just simply within the industry, not within the country, but also, of course, what's going on within our company. And one of the things that's happening is that you are going to be getting an email regarding an upcoming training webinar that's going to be taking place with FFS. Erica Jackson is no longer with FFS. She was our case coordinator, if you want to call her that, for the longest time. And I think it was like 8 years or 9 years or something like that, that Erica was with us, but she's not with us. She's moved on to something else. And, obviously that's fine. We wish her the best. But we want to make sure that we always understand that our main focus is to help you get your cases issued as quickly as possible, and we want to continue to do that. And so we're going to have a webinar with the home office that's going to give you more information as to the new flow, also how we're minimizing the communication. One thing I've always mentioned to everybody, it's important to talk to the carriers more than to the case managers, for the simple fact that a lot of the times all the case managers that FFS do take your information and give it to them, and then they get information from them and give it to you. I just go directly to the carriers. I mean, that's just what I've done my entire career here at FFS, and I encourage everybody to do that as well. But we'll talk about more and more about that as well. Any questions about that with the Erica situation? Anything at all? All right. Well, if you do, unmute yourself. If not, just go ahead and know that the best thing
Who's replacing her, Javier?
They're in the middle of finding somebody right now. They do have two people that are taking kind of her spot right now, and so we're just going to go ahead and see where the dust settles. I'm not involved in that aspect of it, but there are two people, and there's actually more handling the caseload, but two are assigned to us right now. And I just literally had the webinar yesterday with Dos Santos, and also with Meg Jones, and so they're in the process of doing that right now. But nothing's being slowed down. And you've heard me say this over and over and over again. Go directly to the carriers. All that the case managers can do is relay the information back and forth, and it gets old. I've never used Erica. I love her to death and everything, but I just simply go directly to the carriers and the case memos they send out as well. All right. All right. Well, like I said, I also want to just take a moment. I know I did this a couple of weeks ago, but I want to make sure I do it again, and I'll do it every opportunity that I have. And that is to congratulate Daniela Dubach on such a great job for the production side of the house and income. She was in the top 10 earners of all of FFS. I believe she was number 10, and that includes a whole lot of people. I mean, every day people join FFS, and every day people hit new milestones and so on. Yet Daniela continues to be in the top 10 of income in all of FFS, and I can't tell you how proud I am of her accomplishments. And so if you haven't reached out to Daniela, I thought I saw her here, but maybe not. But if you haven't done so yet, make sure you reach out to her. She's in the place where all of us hope to be someday, and that is to be among the top 10 earners in the entire company, which is pretty cool. So I can't tell you again how proud I am of her and what a great accomplishment that is. And one of the things that I love about Daniela is that she's very consistent. She's up in that level every single year. So I cannot tell you once again how much we should all emulate her and be as her. So when I grow up, I want to be like Daniela, and hope that you do as well. And so again, if you haven't reached out to her, please do so. Social media, text messages, whatever, email. Great job. I don't know if you're on it, Daniela. Are you here? Maybe not. Okay. Well, like I said, if anybody has her contact information, please make it a point to reach out to her and to really, give her a pat on the back and a big hug, because this is something that everybody dreams of being able to achieve once in their lifetime, let alone year after year, and technically every 6 months, when we, bring the recognition down at the company level, not just at the team level. So I can't tell you how proud I am of having her on my. I think I saw. Oh, is that you, Danielle? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Well, first of all, congratulations, Daniela, on a job well done. Anything you want to share with us, please?
Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I just finished working out. I think that, and we talked about that a lot. It's all about just being able to change and adapt to this new environment. And if I would still be doing business the same way that I did 2 years ago, I would probably look for another job. And so, yeah, it's just a technology thing that made a big difference. And I think for a lot of us, for a lot of you guys, And I think that's just so much more to come. And, sometimes you got to try out new things. Like we're trying out constantly new things, and some stuff works, most of it doesn't. But when you find something that works, then just keep doing it. And yeah, so I'm excited about 2021 and 2022 and everything else.
Perfect.
Thanks for all the
Congratulations,
stuff
Daniela.
that you're sharing with us, Javier. It's really
Wow.
great.
Well, it's all you. So congratulations, and thank you for setting such a high benchmark within the team and inspiring so many of us to really validate what is possible and what all of us want to eventually one day be able to do. So congratulations. And again, the big deal here, I think, is not just being in the top 10 cash floors in the entire company and a company of big time cash floors, but to be able to do it consistently year after year, or technically every 6 months when we do the recognition, is just simply amazing. So thank you so much for all that you do, Daniela, and congratulations. Thank you. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I challenge everybody to make sure that you are doing your part to make sure that, again, it's you being recognized as well the next time around. We do this every 6 months, and every day new people join. Every day people hit their stride. Every day people increase their income. And so to be able to consistently stay up at those ranks is just simply an amazing achievement. So congratulations once again to her. One thing I do want to share with everybody here today is the power of what you see here before you, which is start with why. If you haven't read this book, I would encourage you to do so, because I know one of the reasons that I know Daniela does so well, like some of our other top leaders, is they have a very strong why. And if they're not consistent, meaning my why might be different than hers, different than the person next to her and beside her and so on, but it all starts, in my personal opinion, with why. And if you haven't read this book, I would encourage you to please read it. The title is right there, Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action. And I'm just going to go ahead and give you a little bit of it. It's not the book, so don't worry, I'm not going to ruin it for you. But one thing that I've understood a long time ago and I take to heart is that your why determines your outcome. And there's the what, which is obviously the result of what you do, but it starts with why. Why is the purpose? It's the reason why you're in business, or why you're married, or why you do whatever you do. It truly starts with why. What is your cause? What do you believe? And I've seen a lot of people with this COVID thing go through some health challenges that to me validates that we're on the right track when it comes to the IUL, or whether it be term or whether it be anything. I think that it really does start with your why. And again, that's the purpose, if you would. And then there's the how, which is the process, specific actions taken to realize the why. And then the what, which is the result. What do you do? The result of why? Proof. And the proof in Danielle's example is income. You just simply don't get recognized because people like you. You get recognized for the results you generate, or you don't get recognized for the results you don't generate. It starts and then ends with why, and it starts and then ends with you. And so I encourage everybody to get your hands on the book, read the book. It's excellent reading, and then analyze yourself where you personally stand as well. Here's the author: working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. Very true. And I can tell you that I just simply 100% believe in that. Remember, people don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. And so again, what do you do? I mean, what do you do? I know a lot of people that have taken the pandemic time off, to be honest with you, and their income shows it, by the way. They have zero or very little income. And that's fine. If that's what they really want to do, bless their heart. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm here to support those that are committed to moving their business forward and their mission. And so I think that my why got renewed during the COVID mess, just not because of what happened to me and my grandkids and my kids and my wife, but some of the things that are still going on with me. And it's incredible when you appreciate, when you are in a position yourself that you're uninsurable, if you would, that all those times and all those people I've spoken to, thousands and thousands of people, I'm one of them now. And so for me, the more passion behind it to go out there and give people the opportunity to at least take action, whether they do it or not, whether they buy or not, none of my business. I don't care. I just don't want them to plead ignorance because of the fact that the day might come where that option is no longer there for them. I will share this with you. I don't care what it is that you read as it relates to expanding your horizons. As you know, my big deal is travel. I love to travel, and I saw a lot of the beautiful places to travel in a magazine called Rob Report. It's a pretty cool magazine. I've been buying it for over 20 years, primarily to kind of inspire myself to go places and what to do, where to stay. I'm actually leaving tomorrow. We're leaving for Maui tomorrow. Then we come back. Then we go to Dubai. Then we go to Abu Dhabi, then we go to Greece, and then we go, a lot of different places throughout the year that we're back on track. But the point that I'm making is that for me, one thing I came across one day was an ad, and this is a long time ago. I was a police officer. I'll never forget this. A police officer, and I came across a actual sculpture in Rob Report in this magazine, and there was this one right here. And it was the Sculptors. That's what it's called, and it's by a sculptor named Gary Lee Price. I'm not going to tell you his story, but if you ever want to go Google him and find out about his story, it's a tragic but triumphant story at the same time. And I always saw that, and I'll never forget the things that I read that talked about how he found out, and he really believes that we're all sculptors of our own future, of our own life. And so much of this revolves around the fact that that's really important. I'm reading this because Daniela just put something out to everyone. It's in your chat box, but I'll read it out loud. Another Simon quote is, "Life is beautiful not because of the things we see or the things we do. Life is beautiful because of the people we meet." And that's very, very true. Very inspiring individual, and which led me, like I said, to this sculpture here, which is the Sculptor. And I don't know why. I still don't understand why, to be honest with you. It grabbed my attention so much. And when I saw that, maybe one of the things that it made me realize was that I was where I was in life because of me, and that I was sculpting my future. And I wasn't too happy, to be honest with you, with where I was in life and business. I had no business. I was a police officer, and I wanted so much for my kids, so much for my wife, so much for my family, and so on. But if you just don't have the budget for it, it's just, a pipe dream. And I don't know why, but obviously I couldn't afford the sculpture. So I just went ahead and cut out the picture of the sculpture, and I carried it with me. I actually had two. One was on in my wallet, and the other one I carried with me everywhere I went. When I went on duty, I put it behind my badge, and I knew that as a cop, as a police officer, the outcome of that day was going to be in great part due to how I saw people, how I treated people, and so on. And so I was sculpting my own career, if you would. And anyways, it was incredible how just simply having this with me at all times. Now you don't have to go look for the magazine, because I don't even know if he advertises it. They're all limited in production, but you can Google it. And so I did that. I carried it with me, and that's when I came across a business opportunity and the precursor, if you would, to FFS. And I went to work knowing that for 8 years I had made no money with the previous company. Now it was up to me. And lo and behold, it took me to the point where I could afford the sculpture. I bought it. It's in my bedroom. It's something I look at every day when I wake up before I go to bed, knowing that it's going to be up to me to determine the outcome of the day, the night, the week, the month, the year, and ultimately my life. And it sometimes, happens to us when we get sick or something happens, that we look back and assess and find things that are on track and find things that, we could improve upon. And that's just one of the things that, inspires me and continues to inspire me, is what you see here on the screen. And so I'm not telling you to go buy the sculpture. I would definitely encourage you to at least Google Google the image and just download it or something. But it's something that, again, I even have as my screensaver on my phone, because it really is up to me, nobody else. Just like it's up to you, nobody else. You are where you are because of you, not because of your upbringing, your parents, not because of anything. If you're a grown man or woman, you have the gift to change, and it is a gift that sometimes we leverage and sometimes we take for granted. But the point that I'm making is that I want to share this with you to help you kind of understand what it is that drives me, and I hope it eventually drives you as well. And this is the image right here, and I mean it's big, it's a heavy sculpture, but I will tell you that it has done wonders for me. It did wonders. I think it did more for me when I carried just a picture of it, because I really wanted to have the sculpture someday, than the actual sculpture. After a while, you just take it for granted, and I've got my towel hanging on it or something like that. But it's nice to be able to just turn around and look at it and understand that I am where I am today, primarily because of me. Yeah, things happen to us in life, and yes, we have challenges, and yes, but ultimately, unlike your average other being on this planet, whether it be a dog or a fish, or a fish can't choose to be a dog, and a dog can't decide to become a bird. I mean, they don't have that kind of free will, but we do. You can literally go from unemployed to a business owner, from a mediocre life agent to a superstar at overnight. And it all starts again with knowing that this is here. Along those lines, what I wanted to share with you and actually give you is something that we did a while back. I had somebody ask me about this, and I told them that we had already done this, but the person missed it. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat it. Well, we did this, I believe, last summer. It was the last event we did before last summer. It was actually the last event we did before the shutdown came down. So it was last February when we did the our personal jumpstart here, and it's a great thing. I put this together for my own personal use. I'm scanning it and I'm giving it to you in case you want to try it for one day or 1 week. I really don't care. I mean, I hope you do it, but it's something that can help you run the day. And for most people, they don't run the day runs them. This is the day that they're going to open up a school. They're going to open up a police department. This is the day they're going to go hit up their friends. This is the day they're going to recruit people. And then it just simply, that day never happens, because at the end of the day ran them. And you can't do that. To me, I learned very difficult ways, but I learned that I had to do that. I had to change that. And I have about 1,001 legitimate excuses that I can give you that would tell you why I don't do a lot of this, or a lot of opening ups, or a lot of whatever. And there would be good excuses, juicy excuses, but at the end of the day, they only be that, excuses. And so I don't allow that. I carry this with me everywhere I go. I'm going to Hawaii primarily because I'm bringing my granddaughter. I want her, she's only 3, but she's already been, I've taken her, she loves Cabo, and she loved when we were in Park City, Utah. She loved that part. I'm taking her to Hawaii. I want her, because I'm a firm believer that as a good parent, a grandparent, you're going to tell them about the world, but as a great parent, or if you're going to be a great, a grandparent, the great ones, they show them the world. And I'm going to take her, just like I took her to other places, to at least me not be able to say, man, I wish I would have just shown her the world instead of just told her about the world. And I know that can play a big difference in the way kids process information and see things and so on, and stretch their vision at the same time. So anyways, this is very simple. This is something that you just simply open up and you write down, what do you want out of life? What do you want? Anybody, what do you want out of life? Anybody, real quick, guys. I'm not going to be begging anybody. I just need you to get on the ball, please. Anyone?
Good health.
Yeah, you don't know about good health sometimes until you kind of lose it, right? And I mean, I'm saying myself. So absolutely. I mean, I'm telling you right now, part of the challenge I'm having is dealing with these meds. I think the meds are worse than the damn disease. I mean, I have an appointment with a specialist that I'm going to go see. I'm not going to show you this early in the morning, but my gut, I have a sensor there. I had one, in the back of my arm here as well. I mean, just all kinds of stuff, trying to fine tune things because of health. What else? I mean, what do you want out of life?
Great relationships.
Okay, great relationships. I mean, I think that one quote I learned a long time ago that relates to that is that great relationships amplify life. And it's not the same me going to Hawaii by myself, looking at the beautiful ocean, as it is me going with my wife. And then on top of that, bring my granddaughter. And actually, on top of that, my daughter invited her damn self. And so she might just bought a ticket and decided to show up. And so now it's going to be, but I love it. I love it. So relationships, very, very good. What else? Everybody else is done with life here.
Travel.
What is it? Nobody wants anything in life. Okay, that's cool.
Health, wealth, and happiness.
Health, wealth, happiness. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm telling you, and you mentioned something really important, and that's the wealth element, because while money's not everything, and definitely ranks up there with oxygen, and especially, God forbid, you're not fortunate enough to be the super rich or the super poor that qualifies for everything for free, you're going to find yourself in a tough position. And it's nice to just be able to, do that. Like I said, I have these sensors that are not covered by the insurance because it's not for this type of diabetes. And I told them, I'm not asking for anything. I just need the prescription to buy it. And, whatever it costs. This is my health. So absolutely. And not just that, but also to help other people and many other things as well. Perfect. What do you want out of life? Anybody else?
Travel and financial freedom.
Okay. I mean, I think that's something that is probably universal as far as people want. When it comes to kids and not with grandkids, I thought it was important to tell them about the world. But like I told you, it's even better when you show it to them, or just for yourself. I'm going to Hawaii because it's my wife's birthday. And I could have taken her to, either I had two options. Option number one was take her to Olive Garden here at the mall, right? Or Maui. And, believe it or not, she chose Maui. And so, but it's good. I think she deserves to go to Maui. I think I want to go to Maui, get away. And so we want to do that. What else? What do you want out of life? Anybody? Everybody else wants nothing. One of the things that I will tell you need to do is speak up in life, because whether it be business or your personal life, you got to speak up, guys. You have to do it. I mean, all right. Well, I'm not gonna.
Okay, fair. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have to step in another room. I'm making breakfast right now for my daughter. No, leaving a legacy and fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard me say this probably a million times when I say that life is short and life is fragile, and after we're gone, all we have left is a legacy. And you're absolutely right. I mean, it's important to do that, especially if you have a few health scares. You'll realize just how fragile it is. And one thing that I've always told everybody that I want to emphasize again is that life is short as it is. Our natural life is very short, but our productive life is even shorter. There comes a time where you write it off. You're not going to do a damn thing. I don't care how much you want to do, how much you know. I don't care how much you have. If your body says no, it's going to be a no. You have to take care of yourself. You have to recover, or whatever the case might be. And so I think you're right. You want to leave a legacy, leave something. That's why we do it. Anybody else? One more before we continue.
Yeah, live a life of significance.
Okay. And how do you do that? Do you think? Everyone's different, of course, but how would you say?
Well, we're all in this together. So what you want to do is you want to serve as many people as you possibly can that want to get somewhere else. Everybody has a feeling they want to get somewhere else, and if you can help them nail it down, then they can achieve what it is that they want to do, and in return, the significance of that kind of fulfills my own, what do I want to say? My own need.
Mhm.
So,
Sure. And I think the word that I would also throw in there is it's very noble. It's a very noble thing to do to help people. I mean, a lot of people out there are stuck. You do realize a lot of people on our team are stuck. A lot of people in life are stuck. They're just stuck.
yeah, that's
And
what I'm trying to say.
sure. And the easiest thing to do sometimes is to just exist. Part of the reason that, I always find myself, now it's different. A lot of the people that I was in the police department with are retired or retiring. So it's different. But, before I could never go work the police department because every time I went there, it was always the same thing. Oh, you're so lucky you left. It sucks. Oh, it's even worse now. All they have is doing this now. They have us doing, and I would always tell them, you can quit, right? I mean, they don't own you. And we would get into this other conversation that I never liked getting into. And it's just a different paradigm people find themselves in sometimes. And to me, that's why I'm very hesitant, which I'm going to talk about police here in just 1 second. Anyways, anybody else? Anything else before we move on? And so anyways, what do you really want out of life? And when it says be specific, you got to do that. Be specific. And here's the best part. I'm going to give you a PDF version of this so you can fill out as many of these things as you need to. Maybe you need more room to write. Or what do you want out of life? Be very, very specific. And it says right there, our brains work best when we are laser focused. In order for us to achieve our desired outcomes, make your goals as specific as possible. I mean, it could be anything from, like, for me, one of my things that I love is being debt free. I love being debt free. I can't stand debt because I've been under so much of it in my earlier parts of my life that I feel like somebody else owed me, literally, and I can't stand that. I can't stand saying no to my kids. I couldn't stand saying no to my kids, not because they didn't deserve it, because I just didn't have the money. I couldn't stand that. I couldn't stand a lot of different things. And so what do you want out of life? To me, I want to live life on my terms. That's the simplest way to put it. Live life on my terms. I love being at peace. That's why when a lot of people say, hey, I left a message. Dude, listen, just because you call me doesn't mean I answer. I mean, I'm the worst when it comes to that because I have a amount of time where I do open up myself to anything, webinars, calls, or what have you. But beyond that, a lot of my personal stuff, personal time, I'm going on, 30 years, 3 decades being married to Marcella, and I would like to make it 4 if the Lord allows me the time. And I know that a lot of that has to do, and I mean, so much to do with the attention. Sometimes I can tell you from personal experience that I know that when I was in the police department, just kind of like when I was in the military, I bonded more sometimes with my coworkers than I did with here at home. That was, I mean, you spend so much time over there that to me, I never liked that. I never liked that. And so therefore for me, it's a blessing that when I'm at home, now the tables have turned on me. Now Marcella is the gadget person, her phone thing, this Instagram. I mean, I'm not into that. You won't find me on social media. I have a social media page, but I'm not on it. You won't find a whole lot on it. You won't find a whole lot on anything because if it's not something I have to do, I'd rather just focus on myself and, and the things that matter ultimately the most. And so that's what I'm saying, not in a bad way. Daniela says, live, love, and matter. I think that's the best way to put it. And so anyways, put that down. How will you know when you reach your perfect outcome? That's something that we all have to give it some thought. Because remember, the reason that a lot of people join businesses like the opportunities like FFS is they want more out of life, but sometimes they don't achieve it. And that's because they don't have a specific plan. So how will you know? For me, when I first joined, it was about getting my wife to stay home again. And that's when I knew I was going to arrive, as you would. But the nice thing is you can be moving that goal all the way to me. I thought it was great to have a stay-at-home full-time mom, but I was like, man, wouldn't it be nice to have a stay-at-home full-time dad on top of that? Both of us doing it, and we were able to do that as well. When do you want it by? Why do you want it? And so on. So if you guys are not going to participate along here, I'm just going to fly through this one because I have another presentation. But run your year. If you learn to run your day, you learn to run your week, you learn to run your month, your year. And people tell me all the time, hey, I called you and I called you. Oh, well, just because you called me doesn't mean I'm going to answer. I'll tell you that right now. I allocate a certain amount of time for everything. And once that certain amount of time is gone, it's gone. I mean, I'll be the very first to say that. I do believe when you say you can't get a hold of me. I believe it. And it's not that I'm ignoring you, by the way. I put my phone down. I leave it in my car. I leave it in the drawer. I don't check it. I just don't check it. Because if I'm working on something or someone or some project, I focus on that. That's probably one of the biggest challenges we have in relationships nowadays. We can't go to a restaurant and see people eating a meal like they're supposed to. Everybody's on their damn phone. And if you come with me, you know the rule. Let's put the phones away because I'll put mine. I came here to be with you, not with my phone. And so therefore we got to do that. So 1 year, 6 months, 12 weeks. This is a great, great way to run your day. The routine, the 12-week goal. Anyways, everything you see here is something that you need to do. Daily power words, today's plan, daily reflection, daily improvements. And at the end of the day, you have to assess, did you run the day? And be honest with yourself. That's one of the things that, unfortunately, I'm a master. We're all a master lying to ourselves sometimes. So we got to keep ourselves in check and keep ourselves out of the equation when it comes to accountability. And so anyways, continues with on and on and on. And here's what I would recommend to everyone, especially our senior leaders. I don't run with people that I don't know exactly where they stand on the matters of the business. If somebody, joining is the easiest thing. Get a code number. It doesn't mean a damn thing. If somebody gets a code number, great, bless your heart. Or even if they get a life insurance license, bless your heart. The question is, how are you going to leverage it? How are you going to monetize it? And I love people that run their own days. Either you run the day or the day will run you. So train the people. Now, here's what I would like to do. Just send you to a domain, ffsworkshops.com. If you want to download it, it'll be up until tomorrow. You can download the PDF version of it and print it out. And don't print out for like a whole month's worth because most people fall off the bandwagon, if you would, off after a day or two. So just print out 2-3 days worth and see how you do. And I really would encourage you to please stick to it. There's great power in sticking to things long enough. And that's one of the biggest challenges. And I don't care what it is that you're trying to achieve. People just all too often fail to give themselves enough time to see their efforts compound. So I'm going to go ahead and come out of this one. And I'm going to go right into another one that I wanted to share with you as well. And that's going to be police power phrases, just so you know. And the reason that we're doing this is because one of the things that's, as you all know or should know, is taking place. A lot of places are opening up. And I'm finding it really unique because there are people that are going to go right back to what they knew, which was, of course, things like school, police. And on top of that, they're leveraging or combining it with technology because now you can see more people, which means that obviously your personal income can go up dramatically and so on and so on and so on. And so I think that you're going to see less splits because a lot of people that are opening up are going to handle a lot of the, well, not a lot, but some of the appointments electronically or via webinars, if you would, and good, and webinars and so on. So it really does become important for you to know how to mine as much as you can out of it. I just had a police presentation. They went excellent. The nice thing about these places is nobody's been there for a long time. We're in the process of opening up more right now, mostly police, and the teachers probably won't be back till realistically April. And then from that, we actually are holding 2 events with the teachers. I'm not going to say the school, but with teachers that are actually at the school. They're actually at sites without the kids. And so we're working it in such a way that we're going to do it afterwards as well. So anyways, I'll tell you more about that, and I'm sure you all know what it is you're doing. But when it comes to police power phrases, this is important because I'm not going to give you the class on how to do this. You know that police departments all across the country, just like schools, just like churches, are hurting. They're hurting for resources, money, for especially the projects that are not funded by the police departments themselves. And so what I'm talking about whether it be their, let's just say, their Explorer program, or some called DAPS, DAP, the DAP program, or whether it be what every police station in the United States has, which is a station fund. There are things that the police department itself does not pay for, whether it be cable for the break room, whether it be whatever. There's a tremendous shortage of funds right now that you can leverage by simply using what I'm going to share with you right now in regards to the power of phrases. And if somebody doesn't know how to go after these power phrases or how they work, this is your chance to learn it. I'm not going to read all of them to you because I'm going to give you the actual handout. And so one of the most important questions, of course, is what do you do? What do you do? And so what we do is simple. We teach police officers how to bulletproof their financial future by leveraging products and concepts that most officers don't even know exist. Let me give you an example. And then you ask a question, are you doing deferred comp? Yes. Okay. And then you just take it from there. We protect financial futures and help people retire with dignity and on their terms. Let me give you an example. I'm sure you know quite a bit of police officers that have retired. Most police officers that retire, of course, have deferred comp, which is good. The downside of deferred comp, of course, is that it goes away within a few short years simply because of the fact that it's just not a whole lot compared to what officers are used to making. Well, there's a way to supplement that with lifetime income. And so anyways, you can see on and on how to answer intelligently. That's the key thing. Because if you answer intelligently, you're going to have the self-confidence to go out there and talk. It's amazing how I did a roll call presentation, I want to say last October. And as you know, I'm going to Hawaii. And so I got a notification that I had an online appointment on Tuesday at 9 a.m. And so I'm thinking, man, that's 6 a.m. in Hawaii. I'm not going to get up at 6 a.m. So let me call these people to change it. And I called her up, and she's a police officer. She's like, oh, yeah, you came to my station. I'm like, when? She's, oh, back in like October. And I go, you barely made an appointment from October? Oh, I've been busy. And oh, my good God. Okay, whatever. And so, but she tells me she works, and then I remember everything because she works the graveyard shift, and she gets off at 8. She wanted to just get home by 9 and do the webinar. So I didn't tell her no. I just said, okay, well, I guess I'm getting up early in Hawaii, but I'm going to knock it out. And the reason I thought it was a teacher, and so I was just going to call one of our agents and have them, take care of it for me and split it. But it's a cop, so I'm just going to do it myself. And so, but the point that I'm making is that you never know when the seeds you plant out there are going to sprout. And so therefore, it's important for you to be well-versed enough to intrigue them, to refresh them, and to refresh their memory, to make and keep the appointment. And that's exactly what I was able to do with her. Product taglines include things like our products provide dollars of benefits for pennies of cost. Let me give you an example. And I'm talking about when you learn about these examples, there's a million different examples, especially as it relates to police officers, because police officers know that their IOD or injured on duty pay only continues for 12 months. After that, they go on state rate, which is not a good thing. And as you know, can you imagine, God forbid something bad happens to you and you go IOD and it lasts over a year? Now you got to go on state rate, which is like $300, $400 a week. Nowhere near what you need. We specialize in products that provide multiple benefits, excuse me, with single monthly contribution. Let me give an example. You can do that. Our products provide people with what they really want, which is peace of mind. And of course, when we're talking about peace of mind, we're talking about IOD means just that. You got injured on duty. What if you get injured off duty? Well, you're on your own. And most people just don't have the resources to see themselves through. Our flagship product can protect your family today and provide you with lifetime income tomorrow. Let me give an example. Your pension is good because it's going to be for life. Unfortunately, deferred comp, which is what most officers know, which is still good, but it only lasts for as long as the balance allows. Whereas what we have here can give you lifetime tax-free income for the rest of your life. Would you rather have in retirement income for just a few short years or for the rest of your life? I mean, stupid little questions that get you the appointment. That's really what we're trying to sell them. Also, most people have their retirement money underperforming and overexposed. So even if it's doing well today, it could do bad tomorrow because it's all based on how the stock market does. And let me give you an example. And you always give an example by asking a question. And so as you can see here, it just goes on and on and on. And it allows you to do just that. I'll end it with this right here. Things to keep in mind. Command presence is important when you're talking to a police officer. And command presence, of course, simply means that you want to be in a position where you sound like you know what you're talking about. You don't want to be hesitant. You don't want to do any of that stuff. You want to be confident. And confidence is the key to obtaining that command presence, which is a must just for success. And this goes without saying, because 99.9% of the time that we are in a police environment, we're dressed already for success. Have your name badge. It acts not just as an add professionalism, but most importantly, it definitely allows you to go ahead and be in a position where they see you as a person of authority. And then aggressiveness. Aggressiveness doesn't mean you're aggressive towards the person, but rather you're not going to quit until you actually go ahead and give them the information they need, collect the appointment. And then lastly, you want to be able to influence or compel them towards an appointment in under 1 minute. If you're talking for more than 1 minute, you're simply talking for too long. And so if you want to go ahead and get this copy of the actual things that I just paraphrase that I gave you, simply go to ffslinks.com. It'll be up until this weekend. And this is extremely important because, like I said, schools are opening up, police departments are opening up, and many other places are opening up. So you want to be in a position that if you want to continue to do the virtual thing, stick to the closings virtual. Go to a roll call, knock it out. And things that you can raise money for are things like the station fund, like I said, and many other things that take place within the scope of the police stations, not just Baker to Vegas. I get people that tell me, I'm in the state of Montana and they don't have a Baker to Vegas team here. Okay, great. But do they have a police station? Yes. And I guarantee you they have a station fund, a slush fund. They have something there that the city or the police department does not pay for that they need. Cable TV is probably the number one example. Every police station has cable TV, but no department pays for it. So therefore, they need money for that, or whether it be their officer down page. We just had an officer, unfortunately, get killed in Colorado as well. I mean, there's no shortage of things to do. What I'm doing, just so you know, and I'm going to report to you, not next week, because I'll be gone this week, but the week after, and we are going to have a webinar next Saturday, by the way, because I'm going to be back by then. But what I'm going to be working on the following week is going to be the fundraising elements with the police departments, not Baker to Vegas, but for either their Explorer programs, their DAP programs, their station fund. And I'm donating, we're going to go ahead and donate one vacation stay in either Vegas, Cancun, I forget what the other, there's three, Vegas, Cancun, and some Orlando. And they just have to make a donation of $50 to the station. We never touch the money. It doesn't come to us. We're just going to donate as long as they let us come in and do a roll call presentation as well. That's pretty much it. Any questions from anybody about anything? Please, any questions? This is your chance.
Javier, you were talking about in the very beginning before we started with who automates the travel VIP with someone. I didn't catch their name.
Oh, I don't even know it.
That you said
no, I know
yours
what
is
you're talking
automated.
about. I'm just having a hard time remembering his name.
Oh, that's okay. You were saying that you might talk about it a little bit later.
No, we did that last week. That last week was on automating your certificates, but I know somebody knows because somebody just told me they did it. Hold on.
Was it Bob?
Yeah, his name is begins with an F. Fury.
Fur.
Okay. Fur. Yes, that's what I would encourage everybody to do because what was the training on last week? Maybe I can pull up the. I'm going to delete this from the webinar. Oh, before I forget, make sure that you like our videos on YouTube when you go there and subscribe. But let me just go ahead and go here, please. Let's see if I can pull it up. Last week was recent. Was paraphrases. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, hold on. It was on the flip charts. Okay, on flip charts. Thank you to everybody that did their part. No, but that was not that. I don't even know where his info is. Did anybody know his contact? I'm telling you, I don't remember.
He's on Facebook, Javier.
Okay. Fur, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Fiverr.
Okay, hold
No,
on.
that's Fiverr.
Oh,
F-E-R.
that was the other one.
No.
Oh, here it is. It's Fur Patel. Let me go ahead and do this and put it on the screen, please. And so, oh, what a lifesaver this guy has. So this is him. FERPATEL is his last name. GHLexperts.com. Fur Patel. He's the one that does the Facebook automation. I'm sorry, the certificate automation, and it works like a charm. I actually give an example. I don't know what my PowerPoint is, but I don't even know. Text something to something. I think it was last week, or I don't. Does anybody remember? I have no clue. I don't remember. I just don't remember. Hold on, please.
No, this is good enough. I mean, if
Yeah.
if you're on the monthly, and then he'll help you automate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and I'm
great.
telling you guys, if
Okay.
you don't have the certificates, get them now because they're going up again, and as they should. You know, it's amazing how I booked Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Greece, a cruise in after Greece we go to cruise, and the prices have more than doubled just in the amount of time from when I told people. They went back to book it as well, and because of the fact that we kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's just the reality of it. I mean, the reality is that it's just coming to an end. So grab the certificates. The certificates were dormant for a year. They're coming back to life. They were $299, $300, and it's still worth it. $300 a month. I liked it more than $300 as it kept the serious people there more than the whatever $39 a month right now for the gold package. It's incredible. And then you get paid on top of that for every redemption. You get your money back. Give them away for God's sakes. So go to marketingcertificates.com to be able to do that. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything?
You said that they pay us. When do they pay us? When they take the vacation or when they
redeem it? So when somebody
okay.
goes to redeem it, when they go in there and actually redeem the certificate and they pay the taxes and the insurance, you get like $12 a pop. Comes right back to you.
Okay, because I didn't see anything yet.
And make sure not only do you have to have a PayPal account with them, but make sure that you go and you actually sign up. And I'll do this real quick, I promise. Let's see. Let me just go here real quick because I got to wrap it up. And so when you go in here, member login. So if you're a member, make sure you do this. You log in, and then when you log in, you have to make sure. Hold on. Let's see. This is one of these. What I had not done, because they recently switched the pay supporter or whatever the hell they are, the providers, and so I wasn't getting paid for a couple of weeks, and I went ahead and reached out, and it turns out that you're supposed to fill out Patty. What's it called? Hold on. Let me see. I'll have it next weekend. But anyways, you got to sign up it's kind of like a PayPal account. That's who handles the certificate. They owed me thousands. I didn't even know it. They're like, well, you haven't filled out the paperwork, and it's all electronic. And then boom, they gave me back pay for a couple of weeks, which is like incredible. I was like, oh damn, okay. And that's from all the ones that I gave away during the various campaigns. Every time they redeem it, you get paid, or when you recruit other people as well, you get paid affiliate fee as well. All right, anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? If not, I'm not going to make it longer than I have to. But I just want to say thank you for all that you do. And remember, Erica's not there. Erica Jackson's not there. I had one person call me this day asking about her. She's not there. She moved on. And the communication should really stay between you and the carriers as much as possible. I've preached that forever. And I never used the FFS support system. And now they're like asking me for help in telling you guys to do that, which thankfully I've been doing since day one as well. Questions, comments, concerns? If not, thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. And I look forward to speaking to you here very soon. Thank you.
Hey, Javier, real
Yes.
quick. You said that the police power phrases would be in the workshop link today.
Yes.
No, it
I see
wasn't.
the
It
run your
wasn't the
day
work- it
planner,
wasn't
but
the
not
workshop.
the power phrases.
It was what?
Hold on.
Now there's two links. You
Uh,
can go to ffsworkshops.com. That's for the one thing. And the other one is ffslinks.com.
Yeah, FFS links is where the power freezers are located.
oh, okay, okay.
FFS links, LINKS.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye bye.